here on another Wednesday of the Working Class Podcast, 1 Million Cups. It is Wednesday the 26th. And we're here at Innogrove. First time 1 Million Cup Sacramento is here at Innogrove since their renovations. They've made a few renovations here at Innogrove, so it's been a great event so far. And I'm excited here with Bubbl. And they presented today at 1 Million Cups. The first time I heard of them was at the Startup Founder Institute, right? And that was maybe about a year ago. I presented in 1 Million Cups back in last March. Mm-hmm. And so when did you graduate that?
Founder Institute?
Yeah.
It was back in April. April of last year.
Okay, so January, February, March, April. Right, so that's all around. So we kind of started this journey around a similar time.
Yep.
All right, and since then, you said you went to the Y Combinator?
Y Combinator Startup School.
Y Combinator.
Graduated in June.
We started in July, and we completed in October.
That's right, yeah.
All right.
July and then graduated in October.
All right, great. And so how was that experience? So now it's 2020, and what's new? What's to look forward to? And after this 1 Million Cups experience, what's kind of next in your schedule and timeline?
Sure. So we have our MVP, which we're super excited about. We're in the process of building our version 1 of the app. And so we're going to be moving because we're in closed beta right now, we're going to be moving from closed beta to open beta, and then fully launching in the Sacramento area. And then from there, towards the end of this year, we're preparing to launch in San Francisco as well.
Awesome. So just to promote Bubbl, and since if they weren't here today, just to kind of catch them up, Bubbl is correct me if I'm wrong, Bubbl is a safe dating platform.
Correct.
So the dating part, and then the niche would be specializing in safety.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. And so the background checks,
user validation through
user validation. One idea, like you said in your presentation, not another dating app, right?
Right.
Which is cool. I like the whole dating thing myself. It's either you're single or you're married. When Dylan taxes, it's tax season right now. Single or you're married.
Right.
There's some tax advantages in being married.
Yep.
Both parties there. And so that's definitely, with the engagement levels, is something like, okay, people want their users to be engaged, right?
Right.
And dating is something where it's like, it can literally, promote like literal engagements.
Exactly.
So that's why, it just makes sense to me to get involved with some type of dating thing. Bubbl itself is like, all right, what a bubble is, and the bubble pops, and it floats, and it's like this magical thing.
And it's fun.
And being in a bubble was something that I personally can relate to or like correlate a bubble with like safety, right?
Yes.
Being in your bubble and things like that.
And that's exactly what it is. That's why we ended up going with the name Bubbl, and it's Bubbl, no E at the end, and it's because we are your safety bubble in the online dating world. And so we really wanted to, and we're extremely passionate about connecting people and making sure that they are doing it in a fun and safe way.
All right. The video chat, one thing I thought was, I went to San Francisco for a real-time communication conference, and one thing that they were doing was the video chat. And so I wanted to incorporate the video chat a part of the dating experience.
Yeah.
So, fake profiles, catfishes.
Yeah.
If there's a real-time video chat, it could, kind of put a face to the name, real time, so to kind of weed out those catfishes and fake profiles and STDs and,
right.
People with the sex offenders and things like that, right? So it's like, because I don't want to just like the homelessness, for example. People are just like, okay, they're homeless, so they're just leave them alone, kind of like separate them, segregate them. Sex offenders, it's the same thing, separate them, segregate them. But that's not really, that's like almost strengthening the problem, and it's not really providing a solution, where it's like, if they are sex offenders, it's like, where can they go where they're safe as well, and they're not being a danger to themselves or anyone else, right? So providing that solution is something that you can also do where sex offenders, if they're properly addressed, with the background checks, and they do everything right amongst your processing, where LGBTQ community, all those kind of weird stuff, where it's like that would be good for the people,
Something we want to make sure that we're addressing is within Bubbl is that we accept everybody. We want people to be able to find their match, find their person, and build a good foundation into a good relationship. If they end up in those engagements, awesome, that's wonderful. We want to be invited to the wedding, that's perfect.
Yeah,
however,
exactly. Me too. I want to go. Invite me to the wedding,
right?
For sure.
But we do want to be particular because there is a lot of crime that happens within dating apps. I know within just personal testimonials that we've heard from people we've interviewed during this whole process. People using Grindr, like especially in the LGBTQ plus community, there's a whole lot of crime that happens.
Yeah,
they're targeted within the Grindr app to go out on dates, and where they're harassed or they're even beaten up and physically injured. So there's no
raped. Worst case scenario is best case scenario type of thing, right?
And like stories abroad and even locally, like there's people who go out to meet someone for a date, they end up getting kidnapped, killed, raped, horrible.
Yeah, the human trafficking thing, right? Is where missing people, missing children.
Yeah.
And they're just gone and taken to LA, and prostitution is illegal in California, but Nevada has some things where it's in certain parts it's okay,
and that's why we want to implement that security, because people do need a safe place where they can connect to others and feel free to do so. And current platforms,
safe and secure.
Exactly. Current platforms, they offer a space, but there's no vetting, there's no security, there's no way to say, hey, this is a real person, one, and two, this person is not going to harm me. And so we want people to be on even playing field and know that they're in a place where they can feel secure to be themselves and also be secure as in safety is concerned.
So just with due diligence and do your own research about the market share of the dating industry, online apps. I think Tinder was number one. I think like Match.com was like number two. It could be number 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Match owns like 28 apps, so they're probably 1 through 25.
1 through 25. Yeah.
I mean, Tinder was popular for some time.
Yeah.
For sure, and I think in regards to apps, but Match was back in with the website.
It's got a long history.
Long history, right? And so you said something with there was a sexual harassment case within Tinder, and then that person created their own little thing for women, right? So things like that are happening internally.
Oh, absolutely, and like that's really what we are passionate about, is the it's not just the culture that we're trying to create and we are creating within the app itself, but also within the company. We're huge on equality, and we're huge on making sure that, you know, we want people to understand, you know, this is a family, man. We genuinely care about the people that are using our app, and then we also care about the people that are working with us to create this movement.
Mm-hmm. And great presentation, great team.
Thank you.
Y'all have tremendous experience, not just with the current team, but advisors, like the advisory board, and everything that you've done thus far. I mean, I think it's been a patient process.
Man, that's real.
Patient. It's definitely patient, because I've been waiting for you know, the app to release and more community events.
Yeah.
And you know, we're just almost taking baby steps in this, you know, because I'm thinking it's, you know, it's a great idea, great team.
Thank you. We're humbled by that.
As soon as it starts, you know, it's gonna like go for sure. So, you know, the patience being, you know, a virtue, I think is definitely smart. Is there any goals with that? Is there any reasons behind that? You said reaching 5,000 or
in
something.
Sacramento, yeah.
Just in Sacramento.
Yeah.
San Francisco, LA.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. So our primary focus right now is just saturating the Sacramento market, and a lot of that is really going back to what you said, the human trafficking element. Sacramento, unfortunately, is literally #1 in the entire nation for human trafficking. Mm-hmm. And so we really wanted to make sure that we did this correctly, because the last thing that we want is for people to use the app and then end up in a dangerous situation, and we can't back up what we're saying that we're going to rescue. We're going to make sure that you're safe.
And we want to be extremely cautious in our approach, because we do want it to be a safe experience. We want people to have experiences that they can remember, and experiences that they can recall upon, you know, later in life, and be like, I had a wonderful date with this person, and this is who I am with now, or, you know, I learned a lot from this experience.
Exactly.
So it does take time, and we have been so patient.
Yeah, man, it's
just,
we're almost there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Alpha beta test.
Yep.
That's up. They just go to the Instagram or the
We would
website.
actually send it to you. So you would go to the website, which is gobubbl.com, no E. And you can sign up to be a beta tester. You can also take our survey there. And we just ask you some questions. We want to learn about people's experiences in dating. And we also want to get to know the communities better. So within Oak Grove, Rancho, Sacramento, the Telemus, everywhere, we want to get to know our community better through the survey and through our meeting people.
Exactly.
I think there's no better place in Sacramento to start something like this. And alpha beta test. So somebody goes on there on the website, fills out the survey, signs up for the alpha beta test thing, and then what's to expect after that?
Sure.
So after signing up, you'll receive an email with a link to download our closed beta, or actually when we get our open beta, we'll be able to send that out as well, or you'll be able to search it. We'll keep updates on our website. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, yeah, so Bubbl app or Go Bubbl.
Yep.
And you said 2 weeks was going to be an official launch or something, or?
For Apple,
Yeah,
so
for
and within the closed
Apple
app,
App Store.
The closed beta, excuse me. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so right now is a closed
Beta test.
beta, and then in 2 weeks it's going to be open on the Apple Store. Is that?
It's still within closed beta. So right now
Right
we're
now,
doing
right.
yeah.
But
So
in
right
2
now we're doing
weeks?
closed beta with Android
Right.
users, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna be doing closed beta.
Oh, with the Apple.
Yep.
Exactly.
And then in about 2 months, that's when we have we're scheduled to be moving into open beta.
Yep.
2 months open beta.
Yep.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we already have a majority of our version 1 built out, and our engineers diligently, as of right now, is still working on it and getting the other portions, and then we're excited about that, man. 2 months, and so put it on your calendars.
All right. In regards to financials, other than that, like I said, you can really launch it anytime, like today, tomorrow, closed beta, open beta, and I think it's going to be successful regardless. So, in 2 weeks, it's only going to be, people are going to be eager. The demand's already there, and people are definitely going to love, the time that you are putting into it. So, but the financials of it is, I know there's different tiers that are going to eventually cost money on the app.
Correct.
So it's probably incentivizing the beta testers,
Yes.
maybe possibly where they can get something for free or something. Beta testers get first one free month or something.
That's actually what we have on our website right now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's already there. We are going to have promotions later in the year so that we can, just.
So is everything now just straight out of pocket?
Yes. Yeah, we're bootstrapping.
Yeah.
All right, bootstrapping. Okay. All right. Just wrapping things up in conclusion. Anything you want to promote? Any other deadlines?
Definitely follow us. Instagram, it's Bubbl app. Twitter, Bubbl_app. Facebook, I think it's Bubbl dating app.
Yep.
And just keep an eye on us. You can find out current events and stuff like that on our social media or our webpage, which is gobubbl.com. We want to learn about your experiences. We want to hear from you. And if you're interested in signing up, we would love to have you.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Thank you.